let me make broadly first on Operation Ajay. We've been talking about. I think the query was विजयलक्ष्मी जी आपका प्रश्न था कितने लोग आए हैं वहां से. देखिए ऑपरेशन अजय जो चल रहा है उसके तहत करीब 1200 लोग अभी वापस आए हैं 5 फ्लाइटों पर. इसमें करीब 18 इनमें से नेपाली नागरिक भी शामिल है. हम सिचुएशन का जायजा ले रहे हैं और आवश्यकता के आधार पर हम फ्लाइट्स और प्लान करेंगे. आपने गाजा के बारे में पूछा था. वहां पे पहले करीब 4 लोग थे. अभी एग्जैक्ट नंबर हमारे पास नहीं है, कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे हैं. और मैंने कहा था करीब 12 या 13 लोग वेस्ट बैंक में थे. गाजा में स्थिति ऐसी है, निकलना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, पर मौका मिले तो अगर वो निकल पाए. कुछ रिपोर्ट्स हैं कि 1-2 निकल भी आए हैं, पर हम इसको गलत खबर मैं नहीं देना चाहूंगा अभी जब तक कंफर्मेशन नहीं आए. पर इजराइल में अभी जो हमारा चल रहा है तेल अवीव से फ्लाइट्स, वो अभी जैसे मैंने कहा करीब 1200 निकले हैं 5 फ्लाइट्स में. और भी फ्लाइट्स हम प्लान कर रहे हैं, जैसा डिमांड रहेगा उस तरह उसके बेसिस पे. ऑन द लार्जर इशू ऑफ व्हाट हैज हैपेंड ऑन द इंडियन, मेगा योर क्वेरी वाज ऑन इंडियन casualty. No, I thankfully have not received any reports of any Indian casualty. As I had mentioned, one Indian national had been injured. She is receiving medical care, and I understand her condition is now stable. As regards संदीप जी आपका प्रश्न था लेबनान पे. देखिए वहां पे कोई एडवाइजरी अभी तक नहीं हमने इशू किया है. जरूरत पड़ेगा हम उस तरह से एडवाइजरी इशू करेंगे. हम सिचुएशन पे नजर बनाए हुए हैं और जिस तरह से डेवलपमेंट्स होंगी उस तरह से अभी के लिए कोई एडवाइजरी नहीं है. ऑन द अदर लार्जर इश्यूज एज यू सेड अबाउट UN security, the tweets as well as statement of Prime Minister, as well as we had commented on this last week, we have strongly condemned the horrific terrorist attack on Israel. The international community must stand together in combating terrorism in all its forms and manifestations, and there can be no equivocation on this. There was also issue of Palestine, and on that we have reiterated our position in favor of direct negotiations for establishing a 2-state solution. We have also expressed our concern at the civilian casualties and the humanitarian situation. We would urge the strict observance of international humanitarian law. You would have also seen, as I mentioned earlier, one of the tweets by Prime Minister, and specifically about the Al-Ali hospital in Gaza, where he conveyed his condolences to the families of the victims and prayers for speedy recovery. And he said that civilian casualties in the conflict are a matter of serious and continuing concern, and those involved should be held responsible. We had also talked about Yeshi, about are we providing humanitarian assistance. Let me actually mention on that, and probably you also are aware, we have been supporting Palestine and Palestinian refugees through significant contribution to UN Relief and Works Agency, UNRWA. A total of US $29.53 million has been contributed to UNRWA between 2002 and 2023. The Indian annual contribution was actually increased from $1.25 million to $5 million in 2018. And we have pledged this annual contribution of $5 million for the next 2 years. If there are any further developments, we will share that with you. We are looking at the situation. I think I've covered all of that. Any other topic? Yes, Ayushi, you had a query.
Sir, Ayushi Agarwal from ANI. Sir, I would like to have your comment on the recent media interview of the President-elect of Maldives, Muizu, where he said that he will request the Indian government to remove its troops on day 1 after he takes charge.
Okay.
Also, he said that during his meeting with the Indian High Commissioner, he mentioned this as a top priority of his foreign policy. So your comment on that, and also has he taken up this matter with New Delhi diplomatically, as he stated in the interview?
Okay, one second, please. Okay, anybody on this topic? If there are multiple questions, yeah, why don't you start with this one? Yeah, microphone to your right.
I'm Sandeep Dikshit from the Tribune. The Maldives president-elect in an interview has said that he's open to joining BRI, and they've talked highly of Chinese projects that have been done. So what is the state of Indian projects that are going on, and will they proceed apace despite the change in government?
Okay. Yes, same question. Yes, Sudhi.
Sir, Shudhiranim from Bloomberg, associating with both the 2 other questions previous to me on Maldives. Also, anything particular and specific on the port that India was building in Maldives for and the assistance that the Navy was giving to the Maldivians. If you could give us an understanding on that.
No.
And plus, an unrelated question on Venezuela. So,
can I come back? Let me just, anybody else on the Maldives? Yeah, okay. There's at the back. Yeah. Maldives? Yeah.
Broader, just Reza from Hindustan Times. Basically on BRI, again, the meeting that is being
Can I come back to you? Just let me look, you asked different parts of it. Do remember that the inauguration has not yet taken place and the president-elect is there, so it's the same administration for now we are discussing. Let me make a larger point on cooperation with Maldives. Look, our cooperation with Maldives is based on jointly addressing shared challenges and priorities. The assistance and platforms that we have provided have contributed significantly in areas like people's welfare, humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, and combating illegal maritime activities. Over the last 5 years, more than 500 medical evacuations have been carried out by our personnel, saving 523 Maldivian lives. Of these, 131 evacuations were carried out this year, another 140 last year, and a further 109 in 2021. Similarly, during the last 5 years, more than 450 multifaceted missions have been carried out to safeguard the maritime security of Maldives. Of these, 122 missions were carried out this year, while last year, while another 152 and 124 missions were undertaken in 2021 and 2020 respectively. India has also been the first responder for Maldives in any disaster scenario, including most recently during COVID. We look forward to constructively engaging with the incoming administration and discussing ways to enhance our relationship further. There was a specific query on whether this issues that President-elect mentioned has been taken up. Look, he's President-elect, so as of now, of course, our High Commissioner has met him, and I mentioned that we had a conversation, and we look forward to engaging with the incoming administration on all these issues. And Sudhi, to your query also, we look forward to continuing with our cooperation and partnership with Maldives, which is multifaceted, which covers areas for benefit of the Maldivian people, particularly in humanitarian assistance or welfare or disaster relief or other issues that I mentioned. As regards, Sandeep, your query was on BRI with Maldives. Again, that's a statement by President-elect. You know our views on BRI, and I understand when Reza has a query, and I'll respond to that. But we are focused, as I said, with our neighbors, and our partnerships stand on their own merit, and we are focused on how we can take forward our bilateral cooperation.